'Tis the season when the spring sun gives everyone energy, at the starting point of a new year, as if they're cheering on our new lives. The beautiful cherry blossom leaves are dancing in the wind. Me, Kaide Torimoto, who became an 11th grader today, was admiring the cherry blossoms blooming out the window. This is around the time for the induction ceremony. In the new year, all the young hopefuls carried their dreams and expectations in their heart as they approached the gates of the school. Last year, just like them, I held the same feeling of excitement as I entered a new school. It was a nostalgic feeling, and then... How bold of you, at the start of the new semester and already late, Torimoto. My legs had gone completely numb. Teacher, my legs have reached their limit. They can stay that way for life. Are educators even allowed to use such language? Come on, teacher. I just overslept and was a little bit late. Just a little. No, I've committed a terrible crime. What is it? His eyes are so scary. Sheesh, you. Nothing has changed since you entered this high school, said the teacher, and then he placed a large rock and a stack of books on my lap. Am I meant to hug the rock? Write your letter of apology within today, and come to the disciplinary room to turn it in. Excuse me. This is quite a lot of pages, isn't it? I'm only writing an apology letter, and I'm not seeing the end of the papers. Have I gotten to the point where I had to put my apology letters into a notebook? Huh? Nothing! I will write very carefully my apology. And just like that, my new school year started with filling a notebook with an apology. After the inauguration ceremony finished, I came back from the disciplinary room to my classroom and spent time before my next class in a daze. In my high school, we don't change classes. As a result, we don't meet that many new people, so we don't have any nice to meet yous even at the beginning of every semester. It's perfect for shy people. Although it also means you're stuck with the same cast, which I'm not sure is a good thing. Nothing ever feels new either, and there's no excitement of meeting new people. Oh wait, am I even allowed to put my bag here? We don't change classes, but we did change classrooms, so you're not always sitting in a designated seat.
Apparently you can sit wherever you want.
Just as I was having such thoughts, I heard a voice come from the side. Light brown hair with a slight curl in it. She had a light face, like a beauty. This figure who definitely sticks out in the class. If it's our first time meeting, then my eyes will have followed her for sure. Maybe because of that, not only in our classes, but school-wide she was well known for getting many proposals. Oh, is that so?
I think we're about to get started, so why don't you take a seat for now?
She said, Sarasa Sajo, and she told me to sit next to her.
So, why were you late today?
Wait a second, Sarasa. Why are you asking with such a tone as if I'm someone that's always late?
Oh, are you telling me I'm wrong?
It's only my 124th time since entering the school.
That's more than a third of the year.
So what? Stop looking at me like that.
If that's the case, you're going to get in trouble again by the committee leader.
She made a big sigh, and her shoulders frowned. The committee leader? Was that already decided when I wasn't here?
It hasn't been decided, but she's going to be doing it anyway, right? Torimoto-san.
As soon as Sarasa said that, I heard a voice behind my shoulder. Long black hair that drapes to her lower back. She's small, with a tight face. There's an air about her that makes her unapproachable. And yet, she's still beautiful. She's on the same level of popularity as Sarasa around the school. From what I've heard, she holds the spot for #1 most proposed to girl in the school. Because these two beauties are also in my class, I'm extremely grateful that we don't have to change classes. However... Oh jeez.
Oh, jeez, what do you mean?
I mean, you're just going to say late again, aren't you?
Of course.
There it is, that same line. Why does she always appear when it comes to this topic? For other guys, they would be happy, but for me, that one line is a source of sadness. This has nothing to do with her, and yet every single time she comes around poking her nose in my business with such harsh words. Overstepping or serious, she may be pretty, but I'm more averse to her. The committee chair last year was her.
Of course, I have to come scold you, who is always late. Aren't you happy? A scolding from such a beauty.
Then please go say that to someone who wants to hear it. Other guys would probably be as happy as winning the lottery.
Why should I go scold other people? You're the one that was late and needs a scolding, and on the first day of classes nonetheless. How did such a slacker end up in my class?
She says that like I'm the biggest stink. That's out of line. There's no one more serious than me.
I see you sleeping in class often, though. Yeah, you're always sleeping, aren't you?
I am, okay? That still shouldn't become a definitive insult. I might seem like this, and I might not seem that serious, but I'm actually very smart. I said through my teeth, when suddenly...
Is that so? I can't believe you'd say such a thing. How funny.
How rude is she?
Okay then, let's have a competition.
Without losing an inch of our arrogant attitude, the committee chair started a proposal.
The exam that we're given at the start of every semester. If you get first place in the whole school, then I will formally apologize. If you don't get first place, then you need to pick up your slack from now on.
I see. So she's telling me I need to have the top grade.
You seem displeased.
Obviously, I'm not looking for a small, half-serious apology. I am displeased, and there's really no need for me to accept your stupid proposal.
I guess there's nothing I can do. Well, if you do get first place, then I'll go out with you.
Oh?
Wait a second, committee chair. What happened to you? You really shouldn't. What are you going to do if he actually gets first place? It's fine, Saju-san. There's no chance someone who is constantly late and sleeps in class could ever get first place.
I can't deny that, but this girl...
This may go without saying, but getting first place also means that you have to score higher than me.
She's got a point. To get first place, it means I have to score higher than the committee chair. After all, the committee chair has held the #1 position since last year, so to become first place would mean that I have to beat her.
Well, if the committee chair is going to say so, there's nothing I can say.
Sarasa sighs heavily. What was she trying to say? In any case, we exchanged such a promise and finished the school day. It was the first day with a lot of things going on, including picking the new committee chair, but in the meantime, I was writing my apology letter, and it wasn't anything special to me. I've written 125 pages of an apology letter. I bet even the teacher will complain about this one. You did it. You really worked hard on this one. I bet I even made a Guinness World Record with this. Person who has written the most apology letters.
Torimoto-san.
Shoot! Just as I was trying to leave, I got caught by the committee chair. What? I didn't do anything wrong!
You were writing your apology letter in the middle of class.
She has a keen eye.
But that's not why I'm here. The teacher came and spoke to me, so it's about that.
Of course, she's the perfect committee chair. I guess now, even the teachers go to her for some advice. But come on, the teacher? Going to advice to a student decades younger than them? How pathetic.
How can we fix Torimoto's tardiness was the topic of conversation.
It was about me.
Since that's the situation, starting tomorrow morning, I think I will go to your house to pick you up.
Excuse me? I was stunned at such an outrageous solution.
So, if you can, please give me your address.
Wait a second, why did it turn into this?
I figured if I came to pick you up, you would be able to arrive without being late.
You're taking this way too far.
I am the committee chair after all, and I can't have you dragging down this class anymore.
Does tardiness even count as bringing down the class level?
Plus, if you had just been coming to class on time, you wouldn't even be in the situation.
Well, you're not wrong.
So please tell me your address.
You know that's personal information.
Excuse you?
Okay, yes, sure, this is my address. I lost to the pressure for the committee chair and handed over my address. How did we get to this point?
Well noted. Tomorrow morning, I will go to this address that is your home to greet you.
Saying that, she put her notebook with my address into her pocket. Now that I think about it, this might be a good thing. The girl is going to pick me up in the morning. For any guy, this is an ideal situation. Plus, that person is the committee chair, one of the most sought-after girls in the school. For all the other guys, she's almost like a fairy. It's like I've got a secret way in.
Are you thinking something perverse in your head?
She's glaring at me, but I don't care. In reality, I'm too excited for tomorrow. And so, with my excitement, came the next morning at 5 a.m.
I'm here to pick you up.
You're way too early. For some reason, there was the committee chair at my doorstep. What time do you think it is right now? Have you thought about the neighbors, or just common manner, or a brain to think?
Don't you think you'll be popular if you mind the details? Plus, you were awake anyway.
I was shaken by the intercom.
If you are able to wake up, then please come every day without being late.
Again, it was because I was shaken by the intercom. So, seriously, what were you going to do if my parents were here?
Your family isn't here?
You rang the intercom this early whilst thinking they were here? Realizing her lack of manners, Kaede-san was taken aback. What happened to the perfect intelligent student? Anyway, it's fine. You could just come on in. It's not like we are going to head to school right now at this time anyway, right?
I don't mind going from now.
Go now and do what? Not even the baseball team goes in this early.
That's true. But pardon me,
Why are you so nervous?
it's my first time coming into a man's house.
Interesting. That's surprising. A girl as free as the committee chair. Seems like she would have experience going to her boyfriend or a male friend's house. I mean, she seems like she would be experienced.
I don't have a boyfriend or any close male friends.
Did she just read my mind?
Plus, I've never even dated anybody before.
That's so surprising. Someone that skews you in the committee chair? Seems like they would have a boyfriend already.
School's a place to learn. A boyfriend is unnecessary. Plus, there's no one I like anyway.
Even if she gets so many proposals, I guess she doesn't want to date anyone that she doesn't like. There's a big difference between being able to and wanting to. For her, that's what it sounded like. Well, anyway, have you had breakfast yet?
No, not yet.
Alright, then you should eat something. You won't last a full day without eating in the morning. When I said that, the committee chair looked defeated. But I just left her there and started to prepare breakfast on my own. Eventually, randomly lazing about until it was time to go to school, we killed time and ended up arriving to school together. Even though we were killing time, the committee chair still had a textbook in one hand and was studying. I was also going to try to finish the day's homework, but because there was someone watching, I wasn't able to. And so it started. A sleepy and dreadful day ahead.
By the way, are you dating the committee chair? I heard some rumors.
Why? That came out of nowhere.
They saw you arriving to school together, so somebody must have started the rumor. Arriving to school together with a guy. No one's ever seen her do that before.
I see, so they assumed we were dating. How shallow! There's no way that a girlfriend who is coming to school with me would be so rude as to arrive at 5 in the morning without thinking.
Well, it's just gossip.
As I was speaking with Sarasa, the committee chair suddenly appeared.
I was just going to get Torimoto-san to come to school on time.
Even though it was 5 a.m.
I'll be there tomorrow morning as well.
Even though that's the reason for the rumors. If you don't like gossip, then maybe you shouldn't come.
Speaking of rumors, I've also heard that the committee chair has never dated anyone before. Yeah? And what's the type of guy that you like?
Oh, I'm curious about that too.
My type? Let's see. I like smart guys, I guess.
Oh, really? And why is that?
Because if you are smart, your future will be stable. I think you could live a fairly worry-free future.
Of course, she wouldn't reduce her relationship to just one page out of high school.
Plus, I think it's really hot. However, I doubt I would find that anywhere within the school. I mean, the school exam has proven that to me.
You guys heard that? The committee chair says that she likes smart guys. Oh! Basically, whoever gets first place in the school exam will be liked by the committee chair.
Stop that!
The next morning, the committee chair arrived at my house.
Tea in the morning is such a privilege. It's a nice feeling, isn't it?
That's true. If you come at 5 in the morning, I guess you could have a leisurely morning. Is she going to come here like this in my house every morning? As a result, I did not stop sleeping in, but I also cut into my sleep hours, and I get terribly sleepy during the day. It's to the point where I had to have coffee during my lunch break. At this rate, it'll also affect my learning.
I don't want you giving me your tea every single morning, so from next time, I will bring my own tea leaves.
Stop trying to trace back your footsteps.
Plus, it's not like I'm coming because I want to. Actually, if you had just come to school every morning without being late, we wouldn't have to do this.
Yes, it's all my fault.
Sheesh, you. What a person.
With a heavy sigh, the committee chair heavily stood up.
I'm going to borrow your restroom. Now, where is the toilet? I leave the living room and I look for the toilet. A man's house. The first time I was really nervous, but by the second time my nerves have completely disappeared. If Torimoto-san was a serious person, I probably wouldn't have been nervous to begin with. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, in a situation where it can be either, I couldn't help but sigh from the inside. Now then, is the toilet this way? I open the door closest to me, and then... What? I opened the wrong door. In the room that I opened, there's a bed on the table. Definitely a room that someone is living in. He said he lived alone, so this must be Torimoto-san's room. I should leave. I know that, but I stopped in my tracks. Because... specialty books? My eyes were stopped by the books that were scattered throughout the room. In such a messy room, I instinctively want to clean it up. But first, I was drawn to the book nearest to me and picked it up without thinking. This is a business book. For someone who was always sleeping in class, this looks like a difficult book. I skimmed through it, and even for me it looks like something difficult to understand. Everywhere I look, it's similar books. Why are these in Torimoto-san's room?
Who said you could look at these?
At that moment, the book was snatched out of my hands from behind.
Don't you know that it's rude to just sneak into somebody's room? I mean, sure, I probably should have told you where the toilet is, but still.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it's not like I have anything lying around that you're not supposed to see, but next time, can you not snoop around without permission?
I'll be careful next time. He's right. I shouldn't have gone in without permission. Even if I was curious, it's still wrong.
I'm not mad, it's fine. Anyway, the toilet is that door over there.
Leaving me with those words, Torimoto-san returned to the living room. I follow him out of the living room, however. Torimoto-san, that book. Maybe, just maybe, Torimoto-san isn't as lazy as he seems. But no, there's no way that somebody who's always late and is always sleeping in class is serious. I made that conclusion in my mind and headed towards the toilet. That day, after school, when I was trying to go home, Sajo-san caught me. Hey, committee chair. Yes, what's the matter, Sajo-san? Are you serious about the bet that you have with Kaede? The bet? She must be talking about the school exam. If I lose, I apologize and go out with him. That's right. That was the bet that I made when I was scolding Torimoto-san. Of course, if you make a promise, it's the right thing to do to keep it. I know. I also know that you're extremely smart, and I can't possibly imagine that you wouldn't get first place within the school. But if you still feel like you only want to go out with somebody that you like, then maybe you shouldn't go through with the bet. Her words irritated me. Are you trying to say that Torimoto-san is smarter than me? Of course, we can't really know without taking the exam, but that guy, he's not as dumb as he seems. In lieu of our promise, just to be safe, I went to look at Torimoto-san's grades. However, all of his exam scores were floating around average. I don't think grades just magically become higher out of nowhere. Well, committee chair, if you're fine with it, then of course it's fine, but I just wanted to say that. Sajo-san closed her bag and walked away. Not serious and not smart are different things. Plus, it's not like he's actually that not serious. I couldn't understand the meaning of her words, however. Regardless, even if she's saying something to make me nervous, I am still number one in the school. No matter what, no one is going to surprise my score. But even if he were to surpass my score, I guess I wouldn't mind that. I do like smart guys, after all.
All that aside, a week went by at the committee chair coming to pick me up every morning. Today is finally the day of the exam.
How are you feeling, Toimoto-san? Are you confident?
I mean, sort of, I guess. We do have a bet, so I did study a bit.
I see. That makes this exciting.
I'm just going to put this out there. Even if I win, you don't have to date me, okay?
Oh wow, you say that with such confidence.
That's not what I'm saying. You're the one that decided that you don't want to date someone that you don't like. I would feel too sorry for you to have to date me just because of a bet.
Well, that's kind of you. I thought you might be a little more greedy than that. But don't worry, even if I look this way, I am fully prepared. Plus, you don't actually think you can win against me, do you?
Well, I mean, who cares anyway? Looking at such a confident committee chair, I can only sigh. Anyway, I'm just saying that even if I win, you don't need to worry much about it.
Sajiro-san said the same thing, and if you are saying so, I really don't mind.
Even while saying that, the committee chair puffed her cheeks and looked upset. Does she think she received some kind of kindness from us? That wasn't my intention. I just thought I'd get an apology and that's it. And so that day we finished the exam, and the days flew by to reveal the test results. So, you two, how confident are you?
Somewhat, I guess. Me, I'm pretty confident.
I see. I also am pretty confident, but how were the results? I actually studied for the first time in a while, so I'm pretty sure I've gotten a good score. I looked for my name while having those thoughts. Then...
No way!
I heard a small voice next to me. At the same time, I found my name. There it was, first from the top.
No way! Kitagawa-san is in second place?
Isn't the guy that we heard the lateness idiot?
There was a commotion by the results. Of course, when the expected first becomes second, it causes a stir.
As I thought, Kaede got first place.
I did do my best.
Why? How is Kaede-san? I mean, me?
Maybe she was so shocked by the results, but the committee chair was shaking as she looked at my face. I'm sure she was confident in herself, but this reaction kind of hurts.
I can understand why you're surprised, committee chair. But even though he looks like this, Kaede's quite smart, you know?
Even if you put his outside looks and insides together, he's not exactly smart material.
I see. Results do speak for themselves.
This vibe is really digging out my heart. The Siski that she really thought I was that stupid? I mean, I can understand where she's coming from, but still.
You've always been smart anyway.
Either you're complimenting me or you're laughing at me. But can you just choose one? It seems like she's teasing me and it annoys me.
Oh, by the way, are you still studying business?
Huh? I mean, yeah.
But business, is that right? That's right, if I remember correctly. I saw those books in your room.
My parents have a company, and someday I'll take over it. So I'm trying to study while I can now. It seems like a waste of time to go to university, so I'm studying at night now. There's a lot I want to learn on the job, so I'm trying to get the basic fundamentals down now. That way, I figured I'd be okay without going to university.
So the reason you're always late?
Business studies are pretty interesting, so sometimes I get carried away into the night.
The reason your test scores were always average.
It's way more fun to study business than for exams.
And the reason you're always sleeping in class.
Oh, that's just because of a general lack of sleep. Please stop staring at me like that. Don't you know it's embarrassing to be stared at by such a pretty girl?
I know how you feel. If you can do it, then do it well from the start.
Nah, this is simply just because there's nothing you can do about me being so sleepy. Hey, this means that I won! I tried to change the subject to get away from her glare.
Yes, that's right. That time, I'm sincerely sorry for making out to be dumb.
In order to keep her promise, the committee chair bowed deeply in apology. But in reality, whether she apologized or not, I honestly didn't mind either way, so I was a little conflicted by her apology. No, really, it's fine. Okay, can you raise your head now?
No, I need to keep my promise. I'm the one who brought this up in the first place.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but honestly having someone fall so deeply to me isn't a comfortable feeling.
Plus, we're going to date now, aren't we?
Wait, what? No, I don't understand.
So in that case, if we're going to be in a relationship, I figured we need to go through some principles.
Just a moment there, Kamichi. I'm not asking about the reason. I'm asking about the initial bet to begin with. I already told her before that she doesn't have to date me. So why is this Kree girl doing this?
I'm pretty sure I said before that I like smart guys. I see. So you actually do like him now.
Just because I got first place?
Everyone has their own standards, don't they?
When she says it like that, she's not wrong.
So that being said, I'm looking forward to our relationship. Damn it!
Damn it!
Wait a second. Why are you even mad, Sarasa? I don't think you have any reason to be jealous. Isn't that right?
Alright, so starting tomorrow, let's start going home together. Of course, the mornings will be the same too.
Sure, got it. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to do my best to wake up. So please don't come. How did things end up this way? I mean, sure, it's nice to have such a great girl be close to me like this, but this was never what I asked for. Because of that, what should be a perfectly happy scene seemed crooked to me.
You really don't need to hold back at all.
It's not that I'm holding back.